Hello, my name is Mohammed. It is time for Researcher Zukan. In this program, we introduce the researchers all over the university. Today's researcher is Dr. Muhammad Fazlul Karim from Sher-e Bangla Agricultural University. Nice to meet you. So let's start the interview. First of all, could you tell me what kind of research do you mainly focus on?
Well, thank you, Mr. Mohammed. I am Dr. Muhammad Fazlul Karim, Professor of Agronomy, Sher-e Bangla Agricultural University, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Yes, this is a very nice question. From Bangladesh context, we are doing especially the multiple cropping system here.
What do you mean by multiple cropping system?
Multiple cropping system, it's increasing the cropping intensity because you know that when we grow more than one crop in the same piece of land in a same time frame, that is called multiple cropping.
Yes, very nice. Why do you focus on the research?
Because the multiple cropping system tells us grow more crop within a limited area in the same time. So what does it mean? Well, when you have a very small area, if you go for 2 or 3 crops, you cannot accommodate for the shortest area. Then what we can do, we can put the crops in the lines or in the mixed condition so that we can get all the crops at a time.
How do you carry out the research?
It is very interesting because what we do, we actually feed some component crops with the main crop. Say for example, maize is the main crop. It's a cereal crop, you know. And here we grow the maize crop with a very long distance, 75 meters from line to line. So in this context, what we want to do, we just feed other crops like pulse crop, especially pulse crop. We feed the pulse crop lines in the maize line. And what is happening? At the same time, we are getting the maize yield and the pulse yield. You can think, well, as you feeding the pulse crop, probably the yield of maize will be reduced. What we found here, that if we reduce some yield of the maize crop, but eventually the maize yield and the pulse yield, that makes the relative yield, that is higher. If I convert the pulse yield to the maize yield, then the maize yield is higher. And at the end of the day, we find the land equivalent ratio. What does it mean? It means if I can get the total yield of maize and pulse from 1 hectare, and this will be, if I want to get the monocrop pulse and monocrop maize, it will take another 2 hectares of land. So what does it mean? I can get the production from 1 hectare of land that I could get from 2 hectares of land. So this is the economic of land use.
Very nice. What kind of experiment do you do?
For this type of experiment, we follow the statistical design. So we put some treatments like sole crop of maize, like pair row of maize, like sole crop of maize plus the component, say chickpea, that is Cicer adiatina. Then one treatment would be maize plus lentil, that is Lens culinaris. The one treatment could be maize plus cowpea, Vigna subterranea. So these are the different combinations that we test over here. At the end of the day, we will find what is the important combination for maize. So we can get, say for example, we found chickpea is the best component with maize cultivation. Then we go for, well, whether I feed 1 line in the maize line or 2 lines of chickpea or 3 lines of chickpea, that is another experiment. So in that context, we can say, well, the maize and chickpea is the best fit. And for one maize rows, we can feed 3 lines of chickpea, and that gave us maximum monetary benefit, maximum land equivalent ratio, etc.
Nice. What is your motivation towards the research?
Motivation is, you see, the interest, I should say, because as our population, very increasing yearly, that is 1.48%, it is increasing, and you will be astonished to know that about 80,000 hectare land is going out from the cultivation to the urbanization. So here the alarming situation is the land scarcity. So in this context, what we can do, we can feed this type of multiple cropping so that we can just eliminate the land scarcity.
What makes you to do the research?
Because I always think about the maximum growing population to feed these people. So I can increase the cropping intensity. What is it mean by it? Because it's a yearly determination that I can grow this many crops in a time, so that the crop intensity will be higher and eventually the production will be
What
higher.
kind of resources can you give to other researchers?
The findings of my research I can disseminate to the people, what the principle can fit in the other countries.
Is that all of your resources?
I have this type of resources, some technologies, these I can say to other people.
What kind of research are you going to plan in the future?
This is an interesting question, I should say, because as I am doing this multiple cropping, that is main crop plus pulse crop, the pulse crop is very important from its quality because it is a very proteinous crop. So the cropping system that must be fitted with this pulse crop because they improve the soil health. So I want to improve this pulse crops production.
That's interesting. Could you explain it more?
You see, the pulse crop in our country, farmer doesn't involve any input for the pulse crop. So I want to manage agronomically to elevate its yield. So that is, time sowing could be one factor, the optimum fertilization could be another factor, irrigation could be another factor. This management eventually improve the pulse yield.
What will happen if you complete the research in the future?
From these findings I can say you can improve the farmer people, you can improve the pulse production by improving the management.
What kind of resource do you want to take from other researchers?
Because this is our country is very poor, so we have very limited resources over here. But we have the labor, people, we have the merit, we have the interest here. So if we can get people from other countries, we can get help from science, from literature, so that we can improve our cropping system for the benefit of farmers in Bangladesh.
Is that all?
From this I can do another interesting thing, that is the production elevation of minor crop, because we have so many minor crops growing over the country, but they are very uncared cultivation. So if we can improve this crop cultivation, so it could be a diversification of crop cultivation, so that if we have problem for our main crop, in that situation this minor crop will help us.
It is time to finish. Today's researcher was Dr. KARIM. Thank you very much again. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you, Mohammed, again. Thank you very much.